How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another rebuilding video here on the channel. And this, we're going to be taking a look at the 2010-2011 Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, before the season and the offseason, LeBron James, the savior of the Cavs, decided to take his talents to South Beach. You see right here, they got the big three, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, kind of leaving his hometown to dry. And this team is terrible. Antoine Jamison, the best player, is just crazy. Mo Williams, J.J. Hickson, Raymond Sessions. Like, you can tell that this roster is bad. And they actually had a really terrible season. Ended up getting the first overall pick and drafting Kyrie Irving. But I want to get them to a championship without LeBron. Like, LeBron came back, and it looks like they're going to be going to the championship again this year after taking the 3-2 lead on the Toronto Raptors. So maybe he's going to do it this year in real life, but I want to do it in this video before that. And I think we got to start it off here. Like, I'm looking at this roster. I don't know what to trade and what to keep. We got a bunch of one-year contracts. Let me show you that. Contract extensions. Like, all these guys are pretty much free agents after the season. Go here. This is a better look at it. All of these guys can walk in this upcoming offseason, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing because these aren't, like, primetime players. I do like Antoine Jamison a lot. I do like guys like Mo Williams. Like, I would love to keep these guys. Same thing with J.J. Hickson. But after that, these guys can pretty much all go. And I feel like we'll have a bunch of money to spend these offseason. First thing we got to do, we got to get rid of this guy. Christian Iyenga. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his name. He's been out of the league for a couple years now. But he's making, $17.5 million for 4 years, and he's definitely not worth it. He's the worst player on our team. So I want to try to trade him right off the bat. And after that, we're just going to do some sending. This is probably going to be the only trade we do in the first season. And I'd love to get somebody that's on the one-year contract or basically like a second rounder or something. See what we can come up with. Or what? Somehow I feel like we can turn him into a first rounder, but I'm not going to try to dig too deep into it. I just want something fairly simple. Like, this trade seems perfect. Chris Douglas-Roberts and Drew Gooden welcome to the team. And I feel like Drew Gooden was on the Cavs once upon a time. I feel like that was a thing. Let me see. Yeah, Drew Gooden definitely played for the Cavs. So there we go. He's back home here in Cleveland. Now let's take a look at the rotation, making that trade now. Starting point guard is Mo Williams. Anthony Parker, wow. I haven't heard his name in such a long time. And here he's 36 years old. But I would much rather have Raymond Sessions and Mo Williams start together and have him come off the bench. And this roster is not great. We do have Boobie Gibson, though. We got Boobie Gibson on the team, which is a good thing. He looks extremely dark. But, yes, we're going to get to some games. And actually, I'm not going to stop at free agency. I'm not going to stop at the All-Star break. Rather than I'm just going to go the entire season because I really don't think we're going to make any more trades. So, the end of the season, LeBron James wins MVP. D'Angelo Russell wins Rookie of the Year. Of course, I got to say this in every video while I turn back the clock a little bit. These guys, D'Angelo Russell, or pretty much any guy drafted after 2011, are all in free agency. I tried to do my best to turn down their overall so they won't be such a big impact. But still, D'Angelo Russell averages 16 points. So I tried my best to prevent stuff like this from happening, but it happens. So Gilbert Arenas wins Sixth Man of the Year. LeBron James wins Defensive Player of the Year too. Most Improved goes to Joakim Noah. Coach of the Year goes to Eric Spoelstra. Makes sense all across the board. Steph Curry, D. Rose, LeBron James, Blake Griffin, and Yao Ming, first All-NBA team. And you can kind of pause the video where you want if you want to go in depth of who goes where. But of course, as you can probably expect, we did not make the playoffs. No surprise there. We finished with the record of 24-58, 15th in the Eastern Conference. So exactly what we wanted. We wanted a pretty bad record, actually the worst record in the league, which is great for us because that means a high percentage chance of getting that first overall pick. So I did actually import the 2016 draft class. So Brandon Ingram, Ben Simmons, all these guys are coming into the league a little earlier than they would. But, it's my video, so I'm going to do what I want. And the Miami Heat win their first title in the very first year that LeBron, Wade, and Bosh team up, which is good for them. I mean, that first year they didn't actually do it. But 2K says differently. LeBron wins Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and regular season MVP. Great year for the King. So all of these guys are going to be retiring, man. Kenyon Martin, Kate Martin's gone. Peja Stojakovic is gone. Who else? Anybody else significant? Marcus Camby, I guess that's not really significant, but that's pretty much it. So I'm going to forego the draft lottery. I'm going to go right to the NBA draft because I didn't even know this, but you don't even have to sit in the lottery to find out what pick you have. Like, I had been sitting in the lottery all that time, when really we could just do this, go to proposed trade, and we ended up with the first overall pick, which is amazing. Now, if you've been watching my rebuilding videos since I started doing them, I have never in a video taken anybody with the first overall pick. And I don't know if I'm going to start that right here, right now. So I got to see if we can get some offers on the board. But if not, I may actually start it off here by selecting someone with that first overall pick. So let me see what I can get for that in Jamario Moon. We can move down to the 4th and pick up Jared Wallace. That doesn't sound like a great trade. This trade looks really good, but I don't know. Let me just see what's there to offer, man. Amari Stoudemire, pretty solid. I think I may actually, like, this trade makes a lot of sense. DeMar DeRozan, 22 years old, 81 overall. That sounds great. And then we're only moving down 1 pick. That may be the trade we do. And really, I don't care if we get Ben Simmons or Brandon Ingram. I'm going to be happy with either of the two. So I think that's the trade we're going to do in a second. Just make sure nothing else is better. And no, we're going to do that, picking up DeMar DeRozan to be in a Cavs uniform. So let's see who they take with the first overall pick. I'm guessing Ben Simmons is going number 1. Oh, they take Buddy Hield. Okay, so great trade for us, man. We didn't lose anything in that trade. We still have 2 great options. And honestly, I may trade down to the 3rd overall pick just so we can get, let me see what I can do, man. You guys know I'm all about making the moves, you know. So, yeah, let's try to get the 3rd overall pick. Anthony Parker, I know I said I didn't want him in the lineup earlier, but this guy averaged 10 points a game for us. But that's not good enough to keep him on the team. So who has the 3rd? We can drop down to the 4th to get a future first rounder, but I don't like that. Who has the 3rd overall pick for Darren Collison, huh? 28 years old, 80 overall. I'm trying to think. I don't know who's going to be in the upcoming free agency, so I don't know if this trade's great. Maybe there's a better point guard on the market in free agency. But then again, we will be upgrading our position, and similar to the first overall pick, we won't be losing anything for it. So I think we're going to actually do it, man. We're going to do that trade and then take whoever's left, Ben Simmons or Brandon Ingram. So there's a trade. We made it happen. So let's see who the Pacers take. What if they take, like, Dragan Bender? Then we can move down another. We'll just continue to move down. They take Jamal Murray. Yo, why is Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram staying on the board? This is the same draft class I always use, and usually they go 1 and 2. I don't know why in this one it's being different. But let's see what we can do. Again, try to move down. What if we package the same exact things we just got in this trade? Move down the 4th. I don't like this trade. I don't want Jared Wallace. So maybe we're just going to keep it the way it is, unless we can, like, throw in a future first rounder and, you know, get something better. But I think we may just stick to what we got. Yeah, we're sticking to what we got. And who do we want? Do we want Brandon Ingram or Ben Simmons? The 76ers are thinking the exact same thing right now. Which one will be better for our team? Of course, right now we only have 2 players, really, DeMar DeRozan and Darren Collison. So a nice small forward will be great. But which one? Not too sure. Oh, I almost drafted this guy. That would have been tragic. This is going to be hard. I think I may go Ingram. I'm going to go Ingram. Yes, Ingram is going to be the 3rd overall pick. I wonder what his overall is. So let's see here. 3rd overall pick, Brandon Ingram. His overall is a 77, which is great. 77 is a really good overall. Ben Simmons is probably going to go 4th, so we can see what his overall is. He doesn't even go 4th. Okay, I'm just going to sim the rest of the draft. I definitely was not expecting Ben Simmons to drop all the way down to further than 5th. That's just crazy to me. I doubt that's going to happen in real life, just considering his upside. But he actually went 5th to the Knicks, so the Knicks have Ben Simmons. So I think in that trade or that draft, we did a pretty good thing by getting Brandon Ingram and also DeMar DeRozan and Darren Collison. So here we go. Player options. Definitely not bringing Anderson Varejao back for $10 million. That's crazy. So decline that. Darren Williams is in free agency. That's really solid for us. I definitely want to go get a big, though. A big man is number 1 priority. Power forward, center. Either way, we need it. I would love to keep Antoine Jameson. We have a lot of cap space, so I'm excited to see who we can sign. Antoine Jameson, I'm going to offer him a contract. 9.3 should be good. J.J. Hickson, he wants 4. Is he worth 4? He's a 73 overall. I do want to try to keep Mo Williams, but no, he wants too much money. How about Raymond Sessions? He wants to test. Boobie Gibson? What did he average for us this season? 8 points a game is not too bad. Maybe we'll keep Boobie Gibson. Try to offer him 2 and see if he accepts that. And then J.J. Hickson, offer him 4. And okay, everybody else can walk, and we're going to see who's in free agency worth taking a look at. So J.J. Hickson said, yeah, we'll come back. So that's good for us. So centers, nothing spectacular. I do like Al Horford, though. That may be the guy we're going after, Al Horford. Power forwards, Josh Smith. Why am I thinking Jason Smith? Josh Smith is there. That's really solid. So, okay, we got some options. We definitely have some options. Klay Thompson. I don't know if when was Klay Thompson drafted? He was drafted in 2011, so he was in that draft class with Kyrie Irving. So I'm not going to sign him. Any player that was drafted after 2011, I'm not going to pick him up just because they wouldn't really be in the game right now. Jason Kidd, Darren Williams. Maybe I'll try to get a guy like Darren Williams and maybe try to flip him. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to dabble around a bit, and I'll be back. Okay, we are spending some big money this offseason. Al Horford, Josh Smith, and Baron Davis all coming to the team. Kind of paying Josh Smith a bunch of money, but 2011, around that time, he was the man. So I'm going to go for him that money. And we also trying to get Kendrick Perkins to be a backup center. But right now, this is what we got. We still got a lot of holes to fill in our lineup, though, because we really don't have many players. So I definitely need to get another point guard. If we're going to have Darren Collison be our starter, we definitely need somebody to back him up. Mo Williams, I know we just kind of let him go, but if I can get him from something pretty cheap, I'm going to do that. But he doesn't want to go there. I kind of just want to show you that couple signings, and we'll see what else I can get this season. Okay, so here's the roster we're rolling with at player progression. DeMar DeRozan actually went up a bit. I expected that only being 22 years old. His potential is really high, so I expected him to go up a bunch. But he's at 86 overall now. Josh Smith went up 1. Also picked up Al Horford, Baron Davis. Steven Jackson is on the team now. Of course, we still have Brandon Ingram. I'm liking our team. We picked up Josh Childress. I don't know why I picked him up. He's just so familiar. I haven't heard about him in a long time, so I picked him up. Same thing with AK-47. His career kind of ended on a real big downfall, so I kind of wanted to bring him to the team. Kendrick Perkins, we picked up Sean Livingston, and Luke Herringody was kind of like that 13th man because we didn't have a bunch of money. So that's what we're rolling with going into the second season. I don't think we're like a championship contender at this point, but I definitely think we can get into the playoffs with this roster. We're going to auto-generate rookies from this point on. Perimeter shooting, I'm going to send DeMar DeRozan to that because we all know DeMar DeRozan is not the best shooter, but in here, his threes are amazing. Okay. It's almost a 90. I'm not going to complain, though. I'm not going to complain. Hopefully, he can lead our team in scoring, and we can do some good things. Take a look at the rotation here. I like what we got. The young guy right there at the small forward position. Oh, man, I love this team so far. Hopefully, they can get us some W. So I'm going to actually stop at the All-Star break, and I'll show you what we got. So at the All-Star break, the team's doing pretty good, 37-15, third in the Eastern Conference. I can only imagine the Heat are number 1. Yes, they're number 1, and right behind them is the Boston Celtics, but right behind them is us. So it's really tight in the Eastern Conference, only 3.5 games behind the Miami Heat for that number 1 seed going into the playoffs. So we're doing big things. I want to see who's leading our team in scoring, and it is DeMar DeRozan as I expected. Al Horford's there. Josh Smith's doing pretty good, averaging a double-double. Al Horford averaging a double-double. We're looking good. I honestly think I put together a pretty solid team in just one season. Again, I don't know if we have enough to beat like the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, but you never really know. This is 2K, not always the most realistic. So take a look at the award races. LeBron leading the way for MVP. Rookie of the Year, Ben Simmons. He dropped all the way down to 5th, but he's first in Rookie of the Year votes. Our boy is not even there. Our boy Brandon Ingram's not there, but that's fine. That's fine. Sixth Man of the Year, Gilbert Arenas may take that again. Defense Player of the Year, Tim Duncan. Almost LeBron again. Most Improved, Jeff Teague. Let's go. Take a look and see if we have anybody in the All-Star game. Josh Smith and Al Horford are in the All-Star game, but not DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is leading our team in scoring, but he's not an All-Star. Kind of weird there, but it is what it is, man. We don't really care about All-Stars too much. We just want to get a ring. We'll see if it goes the way we want it to. I'm just going to continue to sim. I don't know if we have any injuries. I don't think so. J.J. Hickson's out day to day. So right now we haven't been hit by a big injury, and hopefully that stays the same throughout the rest of the season. So at the end of the season, LeBron James repeats with MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Ben Simmons. Maybe I should have drafted him. Gilbert Arenas wins Sixth Man of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Tim Duncan. Most Improved goes to DeMarcus Cousins. Okay, Coach of the Year, Eric Spoelstra again. Let me see if I see any Cleveland Cavaliers here on the All-NBA teams. Al Horford, second team All-NBA. So good things. That was a good signing for me. Average 17 and 11. Really good numbers for Al Horford. And I don't think I'm going to see any more. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be all. There it is. Brandon Ingram, second team All-Rookie. But he didn't do bad. He definitely didn't play bad. I'm okay with what he did this season. But we did finish with the third best record in the Eastern Conference. Kind of stayed the same for the end of the season as it did at the All-Star break. So I'm just going to get to 7 games. First round is against the Orlando Magic. See who they have on their team. Okay, so they have Dwight Howard, Jay Crowder, Vince Carter, who's injured at the moment, Marcin Gortat, Mo Williams. Okay, this team's actually pretty good, so I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to have to wait and see. Game 1 is a win. Game 2 is a win. Okay, we lose Game 3. Game 4 is a win. Game 5, we get out of the first round. In the second round, we're going to be going against the Boston Celtics, the second best team in the Eastern Conference if we're going by record. And, of course, they have probably one of the best Celtics teams in history. I mean, Celtics are known to be having, like, great teams all throughout from pretty much like the 60s throughout. But yeah, this is definitely a team that won some ships, and we're going to have to go through them to get to our first. So, of course, Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. So let's see if we can get this victory. Game 1 is an L. Pretty close game, though. Oh, they have Shaq, too. Yo, they have Shaq. Where was Shaq on that list? Oh, yeah, he's 35 years old, so he's actually pretty old in age. I actually met Shaq the other day. I'll put that picture on screen now. He was really cool. Let's go back into it. So, game 2, we lost. Okay, not looking good. I didn't expect us to win a championship, so if we lose in the second round, it's okay. But we just won 3 straight games, and they forced a game 7. Okay, of course, for game 7s, we have to simcast and to see if we can get out of this second round. It's not looking good. Oh, yeah. I think that's end of our season, boys. So the second season, when it's planned, of course, I said it a couple times, I didn't expect us to win a championship. But the Bulls win the championship. Okay, Chicago doing your thing out there, probably led by Derrick Rose. Yes, of course. Averaging 35 in the finals. That's crazy. So Rashard Lewis, Grant Hill, Derek Fisher, like some pretty high names retiring. And that's okay, none of our players. And we don't have a lottery pick, considering we did have a pretty good record. So again, we're going to sim right to the NBA draft. I don't know what pick I'm going to end up with. I think it's going to be like in the 20s, though. It's definitely going to be in like the 20s. But at this point, I'm looking to win a championship next season. So I want to trade all our first round picks. So let's see what we can get for what we have. I just want to increase this team as much as I can. So let's see. How about we try to trade? I want a better point guard. I mean, Baron Davis was cool and all. I mean, not Baron Davis. Who was our starting point guard? Darren Collison was cool and all, but if we can upgrade that position, we definitely want to do that. Darren Collison is actually a free agent this year, so we may not even have the money to re-sign him. So going to get a point guard right now would probably be a great idea. But I'm not seeing anything off this trade market, so that kind of sucks. What if we tried to trade Josh Smith? Maybe Josh Smith and 2 first rounders. You never know what you can get, man. You never know. Maybe we can upgrade all of our positions. Like, nah, this is not a great trade for us. Man, maybe we won't be able to pull off a really great trade this offseason. Like this, that's not a great trade. I was looking at it like, yo, we can get a top 5 pick, but then we're getting rid of one of our best players. So Brandon Ingram, he has a lot of trade value, and if we want to win a championship right now, then maybe the guy we have to move, because he's going to probably bring in some really great players. But really, he's not. He's not even getting really good offers. Klay Thompson would not be bad. Starting shooting guard right now. DeMar DeRozan, so maybe that would be bad. Never mind. This trade picking up LaMarcus Aldridge, but then again, our front court will be clogged. So I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do, and we'll be back. Okay, so the first trade we're going to be doing, throwing 2 first rounders, Josh Childress, and a second rounder for Jamal Crawford in the first rounder in this draft. The reason I made that trade is that first round in this draft has some pretty solid trade value, about 2 stars. So maybe that and Baron Davis can bring in a pretty good player. And I took a shot in the dark and I missed. I missed that shot. I was expecting that to get us something. Okay, maybe Al Horford. What can we get for Al Horford? Yes, he was second team All-NBA, but we want to win a championship. If we can upgrade our positions, we can definitely do that. This trade looks solid. We can, upgrade our power forward position and our center position. So maybe we may do that. What else is on the market? That's pretty much it, man. Ooh, David Lee and Monte Ellis. This is actually a trade I'm not even going to think twice about. Monte and David Lee, welcome to the team. So now we have two solid power forwards. So I got to trade one of them away. I kind of just made that trade because I wanted Monte Ellis on the team. But Josh Smith in these first rounders, what can we get? Maybe we can get a better center than what we had. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of just throwing things around, hoping that our team can get better, and I don't know if we will be able to. That kind of sucks, man. Oh, this trade looks solid. That looks promising. Amari Stoudemire. So we'd have Amari Stoudemire and David Lee in the front court. Don't know how I feel about that combination. Or we can make this trade and pretty much increase our bench too. Again, I'm at a crossroads, so we'll be back. So I actually decided to go with this trade. Josh Smith, our 2 first rounders, Baron Davis for Gilbert Arenas and Bradley Beal. We're kind of stocking up on guards at this point, and now we're going to actually trade a couple of these guards. But I did that trade because I did want to bring in another point guard because, again, Darren Collis had left the team. I don't know if he's going to want to re-sign back. So now we have Bradley Beal and Monte Ellis. So what can we get for those 2 players? Like, those are 2 really quality players in the NBA. So nothing at all, man. I'm just trying to take some shots and we're missing everything, man. I'm not used to this. Usually I can turn players into good players into great players really easily in rebuilds, but I'm having some trouble in this one. So it is a challenge, which is good. I like a challenge for sure, but I cannot find anything worth trading for. So we'll see what I can do here. All right, so this is a trade we're going to end up doing. Monte Ellis in that second rounder for LaMarcus Aldridge. Kind of straight up trade right there. And my plan is to move LaMarcus over to center, see how he can do at the center position. So we would basically have Gilbert Arenas, DeMar DeRozan, Brandon Ingram. Hopefully he progresses a bit, only being 20 years old, high potential. David Lee and LaMarcus Aldridge as the starting lineup. And then Bradley Beal coming off our bench. And I may end up trading Bradley Beal in the beginning of the next season once we have another pick that we can kind of put with him. So, I'm trying to do some things. This was not the ideal draft. I was expecting to go out there, make our team really, really good, and I don't think I succeeded in that. But it's fine because I think we did okay. Don't know how much cap space we're going to have going into the season. I don't think we're going to have a lot, so we probably won't be able to sign anybody, but that's fine too. Yes, Darren Collison did test free agency, so good for me for actually trading for another point guard. And we actually have a solid amount of cap space, so we can actually get a pretty good signing. So take a look at the team here. Maybe I want to have DeMar DeRozan play small forward and have Bradley Beal start the shooting guard and have Brandon Ingram come off the bench. I don't know. Let's see what's in free agency though. 26 mil is a nice amount of money to have to spend. And we can go out and make some moves. Okay. All right. So we can definitely make this team a lot better. I can go pick up Iggy, which would be great for the team. So that's probably what we're going to try to do. Iggy, offer him this 15 mil or 16 mil to kind of sweeten the deal and a player option. Hopefully that's enough to have him come here. And the backup point guard, Jeff Teague, has a lot of... I think I just want to keep Sean Livingston, maybe. I think Sean Livingston played pretty solid for us in the little time he got, I think. He didn't play at all. Okay, scratch that. He only played 3 games with us. But I do need a solid quality backup will be clutch. Devin Harris has always proven to be at least a solid player. So let's try to get Devin Harris. Let's offer him 3.5. 3.5 should be enough to have him come here. So what else can we do? I mean, we're still going to have a bit of cap space here. Let's just try to see. Okay, Iggy does sign. Okay, that is big. So now we have Iggy 2. I think that's it. And we're probably going to bring in Devin Harris, hopefully. We are his only option. So, yes, he signs. But we still have 6 mil to go. I doubt we can get somebody great with 6 mil. What's all here? Let me just see what I can get. Because if we can sign somebody at least solid and we can flip them, that wouldn't be too bad. So JJ Redick, nah, not too much. Jody Meeks, let's go with Jody Meeks for now. And maybe he's signing somewhere else, but that's fine too. We're just gonna stop doing that. Go to player progression and see what we have here. All right, player progression. DeMar DeRozan jumped up more. Gilbert Arenas is doing a little better. Bradley Beal's doing better. Oh, David Lee dropped. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But everybody else is getting a lot better. Andre Karolinko, was expecting him to get better. He's 32 years old, but he's a part of our team, so we're not going to get rid of him. Training camp. What can we do in training camp? I'm expecting us to have like two camps, but, 2K always switches it up. We only have one. All right. Let's go big man defense for LaMarcus Aldridge, considering he's going to be our new center. And, yes, so we're going into season number 2. David Lee's overall dropped a couple, and I don't like that one bit. So let's see what we can do. You guys know, man, nobody is safe on my teams ever. So David Lee and these 2 draft picks, can we get a better power forward? That would be clutch if we can get a better one. We can pick up Joakim Noah and have LaMarcus stay at power forward and have Joakim be the new center. So that's an option. Let's just kind of look at all the options, but that's probably the one we're going with if I don't see anything else that's crazy good for us. We could pick up Powell. Pick up Powell and Andrew Bynum, who can be a quality big man. Okay. I think I'm going to actually go with the one we saw originally. 2 is better than 1. I do love Joakim Noah, but 2 players is better than 1, right? So let's do this one. 2 quality players for 1. That's what we're gonna do. And this is what we're rolling with. Actually, do I want Powell to be our starting center or LaMarcus? Because I definitely don't want Bynum being in there. So let's change Powell to our starting center. And we're gonna get to Simmons some games right off the bat. I think this is all we're gonna do. Hopefully we don't get hit with any injuries. Powell overall dropped 1 piece, but that's not a big deal. So this is the lineup we're rolling with right now. So Gilbert Arenas, DeMar DeRozan, Brandon Ingram, LaMarcus Aldridge, Pau Gasol, Andre Iguodala, Bradley Beal. I like this team. I like what we're rolling with. Okay, so again, I think we're actually championship contenders. Last year we weren't, but I think this year may be our year. So it's actually the last year we have worth trying. So if we don't get it in this year, that's all we have. LeBron basically wins in the long run because he got his titles in Miami and we are not getting anything here. So I'm going to get to Simmons some games and hopefully he can win a title. All right, we are playing extremely well. 44-8 at the All-Star break. Chemistry's really high. Fan interest is high. Cleveland is loving our team. Take a look at our player stats. 5 players in double digits. I think we're doing a pretty solid job. So take a look at these standings. First, the Miami Heat aren't even close. 10 games behind. That's crazy. We have the best record in the league, but not by much. We are 26-0 at home. I just peeped that right now. 26-0 at home. 16-game win streak going into the All-Star break. We're going crazy. Take a look at most valuable player. Like award races, I'm just looking for Cleveland Cavalier logos and nothing. All-Star game, nothing. Oh, Gilbert Arenas. Okay, Gilbert Arenas is there. There's a lot of injuries. Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, John Wall. There's a lot of injuries right now. Drew Holiday's injured. See if there's anybody else in the 3-point shootout. Dunk contest, no and no. So we're going to continue to simulate. I don't think we've been hit with any injuries. Nope. So again, the injury bug stays out of Cleveland. So I'll be back once we're at the season awards. Russell Westbrook wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to some guy we don't care about. Monte Ellis wins 6th Man of the Year. We trade him to Portland and he wins an award. Good for him. Defense Player of the Year goes to Tim Duncan. Most Improved is Russell Westbrook. And Coach of the Year goes to Billy Donovan. So let me see if we have any Cavaliers All-NBA team. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt it. Al Horford makes another All-NBA team, but he's not on our team anymore. But that's fine. You know, we don't have to have any awards. So here we are in the playoffs. 65-17 record. Best in the Eastern Conference. I think best in the league. Oh, not best in the league, though. Okay. OKC's out there balling, man. The second seed is 23 games behind them. That is just crazy, crazy. Definitely never seen anything like that before. You know how we were like 17-0 at home halfway through the season. We actually lost 7 games because DeMar DeRozan actually got injured, but he came back a couple games before the season ended. Only played 66 games, our leading scorer. So without him, we lost a bunch of games. But it doesn't matter, man. We're here in the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks in this first round. They have D. Loden, Bogut, Jabari Parker. Yeah, this team should be an easy win for us. You know, I'm not used to underestimating teams, but, you know, I have a lot of confidence in what we have on this team. So a sweep, maybe we do complete the sweep, and next round we're going against the Boston Celtics, the same team that kicked us out last year. So they no longer have Kevin Garnett. Oh, he's just injured. Okay, so good for us maybe. KG is not going to be a problem for us. Shaq is old, so he probably won't even play. They got Stanley Johnson, but I do think that we're a better team than them. So game 1 is a win. Game 2 is a win. Game 3 is a win. And Game 4 is a win. We complete the sweep going against LeBron and the Eastern Conference Finals. They upgraded their point guard position. They now have Jason Kidd, who's trying to get a ring. So, man, they have some players there. They definitely have some players, but they're not very deep. They're like 4 deep, or really 3 deep. Jason Kidd's 40 years old. He's not even that great anymore. But let's see what happens, man. Game 1 is a victory. Game 2 is a victory. We just swept the Eastern Conference. I thought the Cavs were going to do this in real life this year, but the Raptors are giving them a little run for their money. Look at this, man. LeBron put up a triple-double in Game 4, and it was not enough. My man Powell and Gilbert Arenas came out to play. So championship, we're going against the team with the best record in the league. Powell is out for the season. That is a huge blow. He just played Game 4 here against the Heat, and he's out for the season. Big blow to us. That may cost us a championship, man. That may actually cost us a championship. So J.J. Hickson's now the backup center. We'll see how it goes. Game 1, if we can still win without one of our best players, I'm going to have to applaud everybody. Because this OKC team is stacked, man. Let's take a look at their roster. They got, of course, KD. They have James Harden without trading him. This is not the traded James Harden. This is him staying there. Russell Westbrook, 390 overalls. And Serge is not too bad himself, and they have Jahlil Okafor. Like, this team is crazy good, but that does not matter. That does not matter. We just swept the playoffs with one of our best players going out. Were they close games? How do I see? Okay. Start at Game 1, 7-point victory. Game 2, blowout. Game 3, blowout. Game 4, blowout. I'm at a loss for words. We just swept the entire playoffs, and Gilbert Arenas wins the finals MVP. So if you did enjoy the video, as always, be sure to leave it a like. It just said that Powell retired after that injury too, so he got a ring and then called it quits. If you enjoyed the video, as I said, be sure to leave it a like. It's the King of the Fourth Quarter. Thanks so much for watching.